Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now today we do have a whiskey without the E, but before we get into that, let's just say I need some prayers. Now if everyone doesn't know, everyone on social media will know that, let's just say my eldest daughter has run away from the place where she was technically being cared for, and now I believe she's, not allowed back there, and she's out there on the streets and she's missing. I don't know where she is. Now, maybe the police are all going to get involved. Or, it's just a lot of stress going on in my life. I just thought I just had to come share this and just ask you guys, because you guys are all awesome, that could you possibly please give a little prayer for the safety of my daughter Maisha for me. Just pray that I can find her and bring her back safely. I'm just going through so much right now, guys. So, you are all loved and appreciated. Everyone here following my journey. I just need some extra love, guys. Pray for my daughter for me. Pray for her safety. Alrighties. Now that that's out of the way, like I said, I just wanted to explain what's going on. I am going through a lot, so bear with me if I don't look like my bubbly, happily self, but I just thought I'm going to come share my thoughts on this bottle while this is still here, and give you the breakdown on it. So what we are doing today is a whiskey without the E. It is a Johnnie Walker Blenders batch. Alright, it's red rye finish, blended Scotch whiskey, coming in at 40% alcohol in a I believe this is a 700ml bottle. They are individually numbered. Now it says here malt and grain whiskies, including now closed Port Dundas, aged in a first fill bourbon cask, finished in rye cask. I believe they finish it in rye cask for up to 6 months. Now, the malt whiskies that they used, let's say they went through over 50 different whiskies. They experimented with 200 plus different blends and experiments, and they came up with this using 4 different whiskies, 4 different single malts, I believe, coming from the Cardew distillery. Now they're using the grain whiskey component in this, is obviously what it just stated here, the now closed Port Dundas. Alrighty. So I'm going to have a little read at the back here, so let's see what it says. Inspired by the bold flavors of American whiskey, this is a carefully judged experiment in Scotch whiskey flavor, using a small number of malt and grain whiskies exclusively drawn from first fill ex-bourbon casks, finished for up to 6 months in ex-rye casks, for a perfect balance of intense sweetness, layered fresh fruit, and spice. Now, Cardew is actually one of those really fruity, vibrant kind of single malts, so I guess that is a good selection to try to go with this. Now, I believe the grain whiskey coming out of Port Dundas is like a vanilla kind of caramel goodness, so you got to look at it like grain whiskies being like bourbon, because grain is like corn, all the different grains pretty much. So you can see why they would have went with that. And to finish it in red rye cask is going to definitely bring out some extra spice on the end. But you know what, I'll share you my thoughts. We don't have much left. 22 standard drinks. Now this I picked up years ago for $50. Now online at the moment, this could be anywhere between $150 to $170. Seeing as it has been released since 2016, this is like a collectible limited edition kind of expression. But without further ado, let me give it a nose. Here we go. Alrighty. Oh wow. Alrighty, so on the nose, if you nose this for the first time, you're gonna think, what is this? What bourbon is this? Is this a rye whiskey? You're not going to get impressions of this is a Scotch whiskey at all. Like on the nose, yes, it is a whole lot of sweetness of that bourbon vibes. That first fill ex-bourbon barrels really did impart a lot of bourbon-esque qualities to this. The vanilla, the caramel is popping. There is an undertone of like a fruity sweetness. Could be like baked apples. I'm guessing it's from the single malt. But that vanilla, that kind of caramel, it is infused with a slight little malty grain note that comes in, but not too much at all. It's just more sweet, guys. If you're nosing this, you're going to think it's a bourbon. But you know what? Let's have a taste. Who's tried it? Let me know in the comments. It definitely does not nose like a Johnnie Walker red label or anything like that, guys. This is a more selected experiment, and I'm sure they put a lot more time and effort into this. So let's give it a taste. Here we go. Oh, nothing offensive, smooth, quote unquote, very approachable. There is no bites, no stings, no ethanol heats. The only heat you are getting is, I'm assuming, imparted by the red RYE cask. Goes in sweet, like that vanilla caramel sweet goodness. I'm assuming is from the first fill ex-American bourbon barrels. As you're rolling through the mid palate, you are picking up like a slight malty grainy note, but then it just heads to this rye spice vibe. You know, just a light spice. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too intense. It is only 40%, 80 proof for our American viewers. Now, you knows this. You're not even going to think it's a blended Scotch whiskey. That's how much of that rye cask finish is actually bringing out that first fill American oak barrels even more. You know, like the first fill ex-bourbon barrels. Sorry, I'm twisting my words. You know what? Beautiful nose. But we have some of the Australian red gumwood that pretty much I had some tawny, and then we had some of the Black Ops from 2020, a stout, Imperials kind of stout beer that we ended up emptying, and then we filled it up with this Johnnie Walker. So you know what? Let's give it a nose. A lot more dark fruit. You're getting like even a slight coffee note. Oh, sweet, like cherries. You could almost say there's even a slight espresso note there. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Let's give this a taste. This nose is a whole lot better than what just came out of the bottle. Here we go. Oh, sweet goodness, caramel, vanilla, but you know what? All that extra, that chocolatey, that raisins, that dark fruit kind of vibes. Oh my goodness. The ex-Australian tawny, you know, infused in the wood, then with the stout, done wonders. Much love to you all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you all next time. Pray for my